Hi, welcome to Jim and Mo's Travels. He's got another rant.
I thought I'd give you a quick update on what's happened and the changes we've made to our schedules while we're on this tour. Do you know, the last time we were in Croatia, and the idea was we've got to stay there for around about 7 nights and have a great time there, and you couldn't fault Croatia, it was really good. However, we did notice on social media and in the weather forecasts that there's a bad storm coming in, bad weather coming in. And so we had a quick look at it, and to be honest, we weren't too worried about it until it came to Friday night. And then Friday night there was a 2-hour thunder and lightning storm. I mean, it was bad. It was not a lot of rain, but the thunder never stopped for 2 hours. The lightning didn't really stop for 2 hours either. So we decided that we were going to leave on the Saturday morning. So we got on the Saturday morning and there was a bit of rain there. It wasn't all that heavy. A little bit of wind, again, it wasn't all that bad. But the forecast was bad for the rest of the weekend and into the following week. So we decided to move. So as we left the campsite, you go and leave the island of Kirk, or Kirk, K-R-K, Kirk. You go over a number of bridges. And I must admit, as we were going over the bridges, the van was getting blown from left to right on it. It really was getting bad. Once we got over the bridges onto the mainland, we stopped at a service station to top up with fuel. And we got told there that all the bridges from Kirk were closed to high-sided vehicles, motorhomes, caravans and everything. I think we were just that bit lucky in getting away at the time we did. So we leave there, and the idea is we were heading for Italy. We're going to end up in Venice. So we crossed the border between Croatia and Slovenia. And again we had to ask for our passports to be stamped. Now, there's a lot of debate on Facebook about this, whether you actually need to get it stamped or you don't get it stamped. At the end of the day, Croatia isn't in the Shengan. It's actually not a full member of the EU until the 1st of January 2023. So we're, in my mind, we have to get it stamped. You might think something different, but we got it stamped both sides, keeps us happy, keeps everything right. So we then moves and gets to the first site. The site we looked at was actually, when you looked at the web page, looked like a really good site. We turned up there. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you could tell just by going through the gate that it was a little bit run down. Now it cost €20 that night to stay there. The idea was we were going to stay there for 3 nights, and it was at campsite Aquilia. When we got actually onto the pitch, it was quite a muddy type pitch. In fact, all the pitches were the same. There must have been at least 200 pitches there, only 20 people on. So it was at the end of the season. You can understand some of the things weren't quite right. You only had 6 amps of electricity. And to make it worse, it was reverse polarity as well, so we had to actually use an adapter to get that done. Easy sorted, but it's not things you look out for, not things that it's ever said on the web pages and nobody ever tells you about it. You went to looked at the toilets, looked at the shower blocks, so nice and clean. I hate it when you go to these places and you go to the toilets and there is no toilet seat and there is no toilet paper. You've got to take your own toilet paper. For €20, you think they'd have something there. Hence we only stayed there the one night. So we set off the next day and we went heading for Venice, and we found a campsite which was quite a good campsite actually. Campsite hard to say these, Venezia. Good campsite. We'll do a review on that, so if you want to watch the rest, if you want to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button. You'll get notified when we do the review. You can also follow us on Jim and Mo's Facebook. If you have any comments or any questions, put them in the comments box. We're here. We're going to Venice. Never been there before. Looking forward to it. See you later.
Rant over, let's go and visit Venice.
So we're in Venice. Lost. Trying to find the big squares. Map's no good. But we'll get there. Hey Mum. So our visit to Venice was not long enough. We didn't even see half the city. You could actually do 2 or 3 days there, and I would love to see that place at night. Maybe the next time, you just never know. The campsite we were at, Camping Venezia, is a great location for seeing Venice. It's only 15 minutes by the bus, and it's only 10 minutes walk from the campsite to the bus stop. You can buy the actual tickets at the reception of the campsite, so it's quite handy in that way. The campsite itself, well, we got a bit of bad weather there at the end of it, so we couldn't do any recording. The campsite's okay. If there's 2 parts to the campsite, we were on the second part, which you go over a little bridge. There the pitches were on the small side, I must admit. We wouldn't even be able to get her on and out. It was that small. However, the rest of the campsite was quite good. The showers, toilets and all the other facilities were all good, clean and well maintained. So we then started moving on our journey back home, purely because the weather was turning the worst. And we made a mistake when we left Croatia. We should have went a bit further south to get the good weather. We decided to head towards Italy and towards Germany, and the weather just followed us. So we decided to cut and run and make our way back up to get the ferry back. So we come up through the Bremer Pass, and we stopped at a couple of overnight stops on the way up there, and we'll do that in a later video. We'll show you where these stops were. Bremer Pass was absolutely gorgeous coming up today, and you'll see these photographs coming up or the videos coming up. Up towards Innsbruck. Innsbruck's a lovely place. You actually see the giant ski jump as you drive past it. Wouldn't like to go off it right enough. But it's nice place, nice to go by. See, the weather started to get a bit worse for us. We stopped in 2 campsites on the way back up, and again I'm going to do a summary at a later date where we got to go through the costs and all the little sites we stayed where we didn't actually weren't there long enough to do the videos, and even our overnight stop, so that'll be there. I'd also like to take this time to say thanks to all our new subscribers. So if you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button, you'll be notified of anything else that's coming up. As I say, there will be a couple other ones coming up with the course, other places we've been at. You can always follow us on Facebook. Look for Jim and Mo's Travels, and if you find that, you'll find us, and you find us, you'll find a bit more information. And wherever we go, we actually put a check-in where we are, so you know exactly where we are as we're going around a bit. We're heading home now, getting a ferry back. Not the P&O ferry, but we're getting a ferry back. Once we get back home, we'll do all the workings out, and I'll let you know how much everything costs and do a little video on it. So until the next time, we'll say goodbye and hopefully see you in the future.